This is a picture of me and my dad from when I was about 9 years old. I grew up in a small town in Mississippi that's a little bit out of the way, and when I was a kid, I used to think that going to Memphis or Jackson was the trip of a lifetime. That was as far as my world extended. And as I grew up, I got a little tired of my small town and how difficult it was to get into and out of, and I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to meet new people, experience new things, eat strange foods, and have fun. Thanks to gaming, I was able to do exactly that. I started doing gaming-related short films back in 2011 with Machinima and If It Were Realistic with a small group of friends. They were fairly successful, so that would lead me to having enough confidence to budget $3,000 for a Fallout fan film. Me and some friends drove to the Salton Sea in Southern California, filmed Fallout stuff for 2 whole days, and then I almost died. Despite having been hospitalized and the fact that my film was ruined, I decided that taking risks and doing fun things is how I wanted to live my life. I just didn't want to be stuck in a boring small town. I wanted to go out and see new things. My gaming career picked up and things started to go really well. The next year I went to E3 for the first time with some new friends and some old ones. We filmed a ton of video game stuff there together. We fashioned ourselves to be game journalists, We ended up renting a helicopter for fun. We got lost. The helicopter pilot ended up picking us up in his car to drive us back to the hotel, and I just had an overall fantastic trip. 2013 was a fun year where I really got pulled into the Call of Duty community. I got to go to COD Champs and eat some of that interesting food. It was also the first year that I got to leave the United States. I got my passport and went with Team Envious to visit the United Kingdom for the Gfinity tournament, which they won. I considered myself to be the good luck charm. Went to Germany for Gamescom, and I was blessed to meet a lot of fans in both countries. A lot of people around the world were coming out to see me. Good times were had, and both of those places were a long way from home and very different from my small town in Mississippi, but I absolutely loved them. That same year I got to go to Infinity Ward, I casted at UMG Dallas, and went to PAX East in Boston. 2014 was more of the same, going to E3, doing fun gaming things. I went to PAX and got to meet J-Hub for the first time. As you can tell, he's clearly a hugger, and 2015 was even better for me. I never traveled more in my life. I never felt more free or happy. I started out going to Anime Fest with my wife and animals and having fun. I even cosplayed as a Pokemon trainer. My wife and I went to Germany for Gamescom. Both the event itself was fun. The fan meetup was fun, maybe minus the part where I got thrown off playground equipment and hurt my back. We went to a crazy castle party with Blizzard. I got to play main stage MLG Dallas with some of my gaming friends as part of Team Pinkwall, which was an absolute blast. My wife and I also went to Singapore and visited her family's home island, which is in the middle of a rainforest. And then after Singapore, we went to Japan. Looking back at all of these pictures, you may have noticed something in common with all of them, other than my beautiful face, of course. There's something that's in almost every single one, which is my little ASTRO Scout Backpack. And by the way, you are watching a backpack commercial. I have a discount and links down there in the description, but I want you to bear with me. Don't turn your brain off just yet. I got the backpack as part of a welcome package with Astro and Envious's partnership back in 2011. I didn't think much of it at first, and honestly, it collected dust, but when my college backpack died, I decided, hey, I've got this backpack, I should probably use it. And that was about the time my gaming career started picking up, so when I had to travel to Seattle or Los Angeles or Boston or whatever, it's like I'm just bringing this backpack with me. And without really thinking about it, I ended up traveling all around the world with my ASTRO Scout Backpack just as a matter of convenience, because it was good for gaming events, because I could carry my laptop, my headset, my microphone, my controller, and all of my equipment in the bag, because it's literally a bag designed for gamers. I could do short one-day flights with it if I needed to and put all my essentials in there. It was a good supply bag for filming if I have a bigger production, or if I just want to go out hiking. It worked really well for me. And in 2015, this backpack was with me, even if it was sometimes off camera. I didn't always film myself with it because I was self-conscious the straps pushed my man boobs together, but it was with me at a Buddhist shrine on a tiny island off the coast of Singapore. It was with me at the most insane fan meetup I've ever had in my life in Singapore. It was on top of a misty mountaintop in rural Japan, or in the heart of the Akihabara anime district. By the time, I didn't really notice how far my bag was traveling. In the coming years, the Scout Backpack would be with me at COD XP 2016 when I got shot in the nuts by a paintball because I was filming some stuff for YouTube. It was there when Legion gave me a simple jack haircut at Gamers for Giving and ruined my hair for a significant amount of time. It was with me for Pinkwall at Anaheim. It The bag came with me to San Francisco when I was detoxing from drugs and going through bad withdrawals. The bag came with me back to Germany again during the Infinite Warfare release, where I got to go to the zombies thing, or at the Santa Monica mocap session for Infinite Warfare. The ASTRO Scout Backpack was there at the Black Ops 4 reveal again, and when I traveled to Iceland on my way to Sweden, guess what was there with me when I got off the tarmac of the airplane? When I went to a fan meetup at the Mall of Scandinavia in Sweden, guess what was my #1 and only travel item that I carried with me everywhere I went in the entire country? If you guessed the ASTRO Backpack, you're correct. Even when I went to Peru, which was an absolute insane trip for me and something I was completely unprepared for down there in South America, seeing ancient ruins and just a very different culture, the bag was there. I carried the bag almost every single day, and it saw me through every bit of filming, saw me through like solar radiation and getting hit by cars and all sorts of crazy stuff. And right now I'm actually giving you a hard sales pitch for the ASTRO Scout Backpack. I have literally traveled all over the world with this bag for the last 8 to 9 years, and it has always been comfortable, easy to access, and all-weather durable. From deserts to glaciers, it's been there. The bag that I have now is scuffed and scratched, and my dog Ozzy chewed on it a little bit, and it's probably not the best looking bag anymore, but I won't let Astro replace it. They wanted to get me a nice new shiny one, and I told them, no, this is my bag. This is my bag that's always been good to me, and I wouldn't trade it for $1,000, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. In honor of this, a video that took almost a decade to make, Astro is selling the Scout Backpack today and for the next couple weeks at 20% off with my code, which you can find on the screen and down there in the description. And some of you might say, Drifter, this is ridiculous. You're advertising backpacks now. Why would I want to buy an $80 backpack? That seems really expensive when Walmart has them cheaper, but the proof and the value of this item is self-evident from my life and from the footage that I've had. I've used it since the day I got it, anywhere all over the world, all sorts of crazy situations, and it has never let me down, and I could not recommend it highly enough. So if you want one, you can click that link down there in the description and buy it, and I hope it does you just as well as it did me. That's all for this video. Until next time, I'll be seeing you somewhere around the world. Drifter out.
Okay, don't touch me, I was going to say that balls of steel there. Balls of steel.